Alright, hello everybody, welcome to part 2 of how to make a NASCAR stop motion track. As you can see, I've gotten the outside safer barrier completely done. For my track, I'm not putting an inside retaining wall along this area right here. So you can have it right in here to make sure it just blocks the garage area. This is kind of like a dirt track, and so I'm not even going to bother doing that. But that's what it looks like with the final outside retaining wall there. And you will notice I didn't exactly get it quite even. So right here, there's a small piece that had to fill in that area. And you're going to probably end up having that. You're probably not going to have it come completely equal with the strips you cut. You're going to have to cut probably a little strip at the very end. Alright, so now you look at this and you think, well, what else can we do? Well, there's actually quite a bit more you can do with this track. The first thing that I could suggest to you is, I don't do this, but all along here on the wall, sometimes stop motion people, oh, that's not sticking down very well. Sometimes stop motion people will take and put sponsorships on their walls. And you're probably wondering, well, if I wanted to do that, how could I do that? Well, the way you would end up doing that is very simply taking and cutting a piece of paper to the exact way of this, and then use some double-sided tape or mounting squares, whatever you got, and put it up on that. It's that simple. And then probably if you wanted to put sponsorships on it, you could tape them on there. I personally don't do that. However, I am kind of thinking about over here where there is orange showing. I'm thinking about maybe covering that over, but I'm not going to do that just yet. But when I do it, I will show it to you guys, so that way you can just see how it's done. Alright, so the next thing that you're probably going to want to do, I honestly don't have any construction paper, but if you wanted to, you can make like green grass on the outside, you can make it brown, but construction paper really comes in handy when you're doing something with this. I had construction paper for that stop motion track I made when I did the Slim Jim Sign-Up series, and I think that used up my whole supply of construction paper. Anyway, now to get to a few other things that really, I guess you could say a stop motion track really needs. And the first thing would have to be a flag stand. Now, a flag stand is not going to be very easy to make. However, there is a simple way of being able to do it, and I'm going to show you that in just a moment. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to get a piece of cardboard. Doesn't really matter what size. Okay, what you're going to do is the first thing you're going to do is you're going to end up drawing somewhat of a small square. Not too big. Okay, there's your small square. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to draw a little bit of a connector. It's going to kind of look like this. Two lines that go down, one just a little bit further out than the other. Then, down here, you're going to draw just a little bit bigger of a rectangle. Did I call that a square? That's a rectangle. Man, I gotta learn my shapes. Good grief. Man. Alright, so you see that? If you look at it, this is the flag stand. Now here's what you're going to do. You're going to draw this one, and then the next time you're going to take and you're going to cut it out. You're going to put it up against the thing and you're going to trace, either trace it or cut around it. But what you're going to do for your second one is you're going to right here draw a little bit of an addition, and this is actually going to be kind of like a square. Okay, now you can see there's a square there. I'll show you what you're going to do with that. That's going to be very important. So you're going to draw one that does not have the square, and then you're going to draw one that does have the square. And then I'm going to show you what happens. Okay, here we go. There's the one, and there's the other. Now, you're probably not going to need to worry about these lines and everything, because if you want to cover them over with paper or whatever. But I'm just showing you the fundamentals of this. Alright, so you're going to put them together. You're going to see where that other part shoots out. And you're going to put a little crease in it. Just like that. You're going to fold it back. Now, you can see that it's bent. Now, say you took this other part, put it up against it, okay, it's up against it. Now, you're going to get yourself some tape. And you're going to tape it so that flap just goes over the other parts. And if you look at that, there's your flag stand. Now down here at the bottom, you might want to put in something to reinforce that too. So what I'll do here is I'll take this piece, find out just how long it goes. Okay. Cut that strip. More tape. You notice I leave a little bit of tape on each side of it, so that way when I put this in the center, I can fold it over each side. That's the fun thing about these kind of tracks and stuff, is you can make it up as you go along. There we go. And there you go. That's a flag stand. Now, I'm going to hook the camera and show you what it looks like down on the racetrack. There's the start-finish line. Put it right there. And there you go. There's your own flag stand. It looks just like a flag stand too. And it's perfect. So that's what you would do with that. And pretty much that's all I can show you for how to build a track this way. There are some other things, but really it's up to you. Use your imagination on what you think you can do for it. But I've shown you how to make the track, I've shown you how to put the walls, safer barriers up, and now I've shown you how to make your very own flag stand. Next on how to make a stop motion track, I'm going to be showing you the simpler way, and some of you may have the kind of materials, some of you may not, so you'll probably, if you don't, have to resort to this kind, but I will be showing you that on part 3 of how to make a stop motion track here on the NASCAR Race Stop Motion.